These are the readings for the day, and I think it fits really well with the actual memorial that we celebrate, the dedication of St. Mary Major in Rome. And the reason I say I think it fits really well is because in this particular gospel, we have the two aspects of faith. When we talk about faith, we usually think of knowledge, right? Tell me about your faith, and we can recite all the truths of the catechism. No problem. On the other hand, there's another aspect of faith that we can talk about, which is that trust. I have faith in you. I trust that, or rather you trust that I'm going to preach a good homily, hopefully. That trust, right? And so we have in this gospel these two aspects. The Canaanite woman is not a Jew. The Canaanite woman is from a different reality than those who are walking with Jesus, who have been walking with Jesus for such a long time, his disciples. So she doesn't really know Jesus, that faith aspect of knowledge, right? She doesn't really know Jesus. His disciples do, or we could assume that they do. What the woman, this Canaanite woman, has is that trust in Jesus. She recognizes this man as someone as of a big deal. And she puts all her eggs in one basket and goes to this rabbi, goes to this leader, goes to this master, and says, I need your help. Doesn't know who this guy is, but trusts him. The juxtaposition with the disciples is, send her away. Yesterday's gospel, Sunday's gospel, Jesus was moved with pity for the people. He was moved with pity, that compassion that he has in his heart was one that allowed him to go to the people. And even if we remember Sunday's gospel, he said, draw them here. He tells his disciples, draw them here. The multiplication of the loaves and fishes. I'm bad with memories, but I don't know why. But the gospel for Sunday is being reminded of me right now. Draw them near to me. This vast crowd who has nothing to eat, that is in a stranded place, just draw them near to me. And we see something similar happening. The disciples who know Jesus, who should be imitating Jesus, who should be loving as Jesus does, send her away. Instead of embracing this poor woman whose daughter is possessed by a demon. That boldness of faith, for those of us who know Jesus, for those of us who know our faith, that boldness of trust in the Lord and in His promise needs to be there. That's what we learn from the Canaanite woman. We learn from the disciples that we need to know Him a little bit better. We need to actually understand who He is, and we need to imitate His life, Jesus' life. The boldness of the Canaanite woman, that even in Jesus' reply, I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The woman just Lord, help me. Like, yeah, I understand what your mission is, but help me. Do we have the boldness to say, Lord, help me? Maybe we do, praise God. Do we believe it? Do we believe that Jesus will actually help us? In the midst of, sure, I'll say it, I'm a priest, I can get away with it. This craziness that's going on in the world, I said the C word, craziness. The craziness that's going on in the world, do we believe that when we ask Jesus for help, that He will come through and help us? It's easier said than done, trust me. I know. Been there, done that. I'm the one that's leading the club. Do we have the faith to know the man, but also to believe that his promise will be done? What a beautiful gift we have to reflect this gospel with the feast of St. Mary Major, the one major basilica dedicated to Our Lady. who had that boldness in faith, who knew the Lord in the most intimate of ways, and who had the boldness of faith to completely bypass her son, the Son of God, and say, do whatever he tells him. Do whatever he tells you to do. He's going to do it. I'm his mom, trust me. That boldness of faith. And the story goes that, especially on the dedication of St. Mary Major, the story goes that Mary wanted a basilica built in Rome. And whoever was the Pope at the time, I forget the names, didn't want it. And so on August 5th, it snowed in Rome. For those of you who have been in Rome in August, you're the only person there, because all the Romans leave Rome in August because it's hot as only, well, I mean, we know it's hot as all hell here. We know. It snows in Rome on August 5th. But how does it snow? The outline of how Mary wanted her basilica built. Just the dimensions that she wanted. If that's not bold, my brothers, I don't know what is. As we continue this Eucharist, let us ask the Lord to increase our faith, to get to know Jesus a little bit more today than we did yesterday, a little bit more tomorrow than we did today. Because the more we know Jesus, the bolder we can be in our prayer. The bolder we can say, Lord, I need your help. I need you. And we can lift up our arms, we can lift up our hands and say, I surrender my life, I surrender my will to yours. Once we know Jesus a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger, a little bit better, that trusting and that letting go of our own will becomes that much easier. And then we won't be a hindrance to our brothers and sisters in the world. Instead of saying, send her away, we'll echo Jesus' words from a couple days ago in the gospel, saying, bring them here. We'll be able to echo the words of Jesus, saying, let it be done for you as you wish. Because Jesus will look into each and every one of our eyes and say, not just, O woman, but, O man, O my brother, O my beloved son, great is your faith.